Welcome back to Auto Profit Daily, and in the last of our paid traffic modules, we're going to be taking a look at solo ads. Now, don't click away from this video, okay? If you've done solo ads before, you've heard about solo ads, or you didn't have a great experience, take a look at this video the whole way through, because I'm going to be showing you a couple things as to why using solo ads with this system is a little bit different than stuff you might have done in the past, and I might even clear up why you might have failed with solo ads before. So, for those of you who do not know what solo ads are, you've never heard of it before, let me give you a quick explanation. So, usually a solo ad is someone who owns a list, usually 50,000, 40,000, 60,000 people or more. They have a big list of people who all belong to one niche. So it could be people in the internet marketing niche or the weight loss niche or any other type of vertical like that. What they'll do is they'll sell you a spot to send an email to this list. So you can actually go and you write the email. You choose a date that you want to have that email sent out. It can include affiliate links. It can include links to your landing page, whatever you want. Generally, that person who owns the list will proofread it to make sure that it's good enough quality to send out to their list. You pay upfront for this service, so you don't pay afterwards. You usually don't get a guarantee. There's no guarantee that you'll get results of any kind, but the idea is that you're sending out an email to such a large list, it's kind of hard to not get something out of it, right? So the email gets sent out to the big audience of 50,000 people that this marketer owns. The people on the list, obviously, they receive your email, and then they open and they click and they interact with whatever links that you've given within your list or within your email to make sure that they actually take advantage of your offer or opt into your list or whatever. Now, that sounds great on the face of it. You know, you actually don't need to have your own list to go and start getting a huge amount of traffic to your website. In fact, what a lot of people do is a pretty big mistake. They'll actually send out their own affiliate links to try and get these people, these 50,000 people, to go and buy an affiliate product, and it doesn't really work. So that kind of brings me on to what are some of the perceived negatives of solo ads. So low quality traffic. Many visitors you get to your site from solo ads don't actually buy anything, and this is a big problem that people usually tend to have with solo ads, and it's why they kind of regard them as being, you know, poor quality traffic. Is that when you send a solo ad out and you send people to an affiliate page or a product page, even if it's a very low price product like $5, $6, $7, a lot of people won't actually buy anything, right? That's the biggest negative that people have. This is the biggest complaint people have in regards to solo ad sellers. The other thing you get is freebie seekers. So many people who will go to your page, they will download whatever thing you're giving away, but they never actually buy anything. They never give money either to you or to one of your affiliate promotions that you're actually sending out. And ripoffs. It's really hard to know who's a good seller and who is a bad seller. So there's a lot more negatives than that, but those are the three most common ones that I've heard from people as to why they don't like solo ads and why they never really use them that much. So why do I recommend that you use solo ads? Well, there's a couple reasons. So the first thing is I believe that there's a wrong perception about solo ads. Many people who buy solo ads, they do it with the wrong goal in mind, and then they end up seeing that the traffic is poor. So what you got to understand is that if someone is selling emails, selling the opportunity for you to send emails, you're not the only person who's buying that spot, right? Someone else is going to be maybe buying a spot for the next day or the day after that. So the people who are on this list of 50,000 people, they're constantly being emailed stuff, right? To go buy affiliate products or to go join another list or anything like that. So the idea is if you try and get people from that list of 50,000 to buy your product or to buy your affiliate offer, they're not going to do that because they're getting bombarded with emails all the time. So having that perception is what kind of leads people to think that that traffic is poor quality. Instead, what you should try and do is have that quality traffic, right? Even if it is not the greatest quality, have it come onto your list, and then you can kind of weed out the people who are just there for freebies from the people who actually will buy stuff. And we're going to do that using the auto funnel, which I'm going to talk about in a second. So the other reason you should do it is that it's easy and it's really, really cost effective. So right now I can go and order, I can have 10,000 visits, not emails sent out. I mean 10,000 people come to my landing page overnight. Right, and I can do that for a fraction of the cost of Facebook or Bing ads. So it's super easy and it's really, really cost effective to do this. And when you kind of integrate solo ads with what I'm teaching in this course about setting up your auto funnel, which we're going to get to, Our auto funnel basically takes those subscribers and it sorts the poor ones from the good ones. So the ones who come onto your list that one time just to get your freebie and they never open your emails, they never click any of your links from the emails that you send them, those are junk subscribers, right? Those are the crappy ones that, are quote unquote the low quality traffic. Well, setting up the auto funnel the way that I'm going to be showing you in this training is going to take all those people and it's basically going to sort out the bad ones. So the ones who are not opening your emails, you're going to be able to find them, just delete them off your list. The ones who continually do open your emails and actually click through to either your Facebook page or your website or whatever, those are the ones who will eventually buy something. There's the potential there for them to buy. So using the auto funnel with solo ads is actually a great way to make the most out of solo ads, because that wrong perception that people have that solo ads are junk because no one ever buys anything is because you haven't built up a relationship to get someone to buy something. So I really think solo ads works very, very well with what we're going to be training you on here. So before we get into setting up the auto funnel, we're going to do a quick walkthrough. I'm going to show you live where you can buy really good quality solo ads from. It's probably a place that you've heard of before called Udemy. If you've already familiar with that network, go ahead and skip the rest of this video. If you've never heard of that or you've never done anything with solo ads, stick around for the next couple minutes. I'm going to show you exactly how to find good solo ad sellers and exactly what you would need to do to get a good email actually sent up and sent out to these guys. So let's jump in and let me show you really quickly how you can find really good sellers. Okay, so I've logged into my account with a website called Udemy, U-D-I-M-I, and you see I've put a link to that in the resources for this video, so I recommend that you go and register an account there. It's completely free to do so. You'll only pay if you actually buy from one of the solo ad sellers. Now, I'm not the most active solo ad buyer. I've only purchased actually 4 solos on this account. I had an account with a different solo ad network. Udemy's just been a lot better since I've been using it. So what I'm going to do is show you how you can actually go and find a reputable seller to buy from. So if you go here under Find Sellers, once you've created your account, you're going to see that there's a ton of people that you can actually go and buy solo ads from. And all these people have pretty big lists in a lot of cases. So there's a couple menus at the top here which you're going to have to use to filter down to find the best quality sellers. So I'm going to search for someone who's able to send out an email within the next week, let's say. This is the amount of visitors that you actually want to have here. So you can go up to 1,000 visitors or just 50. I'm going to go with 100 visitors. Then you can put in your price range. So this is how much you'd actually want to pay per click, right? So 100 clicks, I should really say clicks instead of visitors. 100 clicks, how much do you want to pay per click? So 35 cents is the cheapest, 95 cents is the most expensive. Now, you never want to go as low as 35 cents. Just from my experience of different solo ads that I've bought in the past, you really want to go with 50 cents as the minimum, and then the maximum. Someone at 95 cents, they'll generally say that it's the highest quality of traffic, but there's not really much difference. So I'm going to go no more than 75 cents. So people who sell between 50 and 75 cents per click. You have an option here for sales. So what percentage of people who have bought solo ads from these guys in the past have actually come back and said that they've made sales? Now, it's important to understand here that people who come back and say that they've made sales, they're generally using that strategy where they're sending people to a landing page. They're opting in. People are actually giving in their email, and as soon as they opt in, instead of getting, they will get a lead magnet sent to them, some kind of PDF or report, but immediately they're presented with an offer to buy a product for maybe $7 or $20 or something like that. We're not using that strategy. We're getting people to opt into our list, and then we're giving them their free report or the free checklist or cheat sheet or whatever, and then we're going to be emailing them, kind of building a little bit of a relationship before we try and sell anything to them. Okay, so it's important to understand that with the percentage here for the sales. What's great is you still want to have people who have already made sales from these emails, because that's obviously going to be a higher quality seller. Now, if you go 100%, there's probably nobody there, because that would mean every single person has actually made sales, which is obviously unrealistic. But you want to go with at least 40% sales. You can even go as high as 50 and see if there's anybody there. You can see there's 3 people here who have got 50% of people from their last 30 sales have actually made sales from sending this email out. So that's actually pretty great. And then people who have ratings, we want to go with someone who has at least 200 positive ratings. And you can see one of those guys just got knocked off there. And then this last field here, this is for whatever niche. So if you're selling to the make money online or affiliate marketing niche, you want to go with marketing. If you're selling like health or weight loss, you want to go with health, and so on and so forth. So I'm going to drop this down to 40%. And actually, let's leave it at 50. And let me actually change this back to 100 positive ratings. So I've got 3 people here that I can work with. So let's go with Dana here. Let's open up her profile here so we can see a little bit more information. We can see 100 visitors is how much we're looking for, but we could change this up to 1,000 visitors, and they'll all be delivered September 27th and beyond. Okay, today is actually the 23rd as of when I'm recording this, and they've sold 41 solo ads in the last couple of days here. So there's a couple, once you write your email here, you have some pre-written emails that you can send out through multiple sellers. And then there's a couple things that you can do. Let me actually scale this back here to just 100. So right now it says I'm going to pay $53. I can add this to my cart. I can do this order. I'm going to be paying 50 cents per click. But I can do a couple of options here. So I can only send to top tier countries, which is the USA, UK, Canada, Australia, New Zealand, and Singapore. Let's only send top tier. You can see that puts the price up. Now I'm paying 60 cents per click. And then we can choose only mobile visitors or no mobile visitors. I don't feel that there's much of a difference for most of the traffic that I've run in the past, depending on, of course, you know, the offer you're promoting or you know, how your landing page is set up, right? So I'm only going to go only top tier. So I'm going to pay $63 to get at least 100 people. We can see here they have a list of 55,000 people. The great thing about using a service like Udemy is that this list is verified. So we know for a fact that this list is, you know, 100% legitimate. It's not just someone saying they have a list of 55,000 people. And we can see the makeup of that list. 97% of it is from the United States, 2% from Puerto Rico, 1% from Canada. And then we have the actual ratings down here. So they've got 2,220 positive ratings, 7 negative ratings. And this number down here means 19% out of the total amount of ratings have reported sales, which is actually really, really strong. For someone who's sold, you know, 2,000 solos, 19% sales is actually quite good. And you can see then obviously people who leave feedback. Awesome sellers, my first solo. Usually some people will throw in some ideas about their opt-in rates, their conversion rates. But you can see it, you know, anyone who's put this like sign with the dollar symbol means that they've actually gone ahead and they've actually made sales, right? So 50% opt-in rate. So this guy got 50% conversion rate out of 50 clicks. So well, 63 clicks. So he got at least 25 people opt into his list from buying 50 clicks, which is, you know, it's actually not too bad at all. He probably has a really good landing page. Mark here got 13 opt-ins out of 61 clicks. Not a great conversion rate there. So you can see it, you know, there's a lot of people who are actually buying these solo ads and they're having people opt into the list here. The goal is you want these people to get onto your list, and then we want to put them into the auto funnel that we're going to be putting together to actually make sure that we're able to make the most money off that list in the long term. This is not about getting quick little sales. This is about long-term relationships, and solo ads are just a really quick way to get a ton of people onto your list. So let's just go back here. We can see Angela here is another person. So let's go here. 100, scale this back. Yeah, no, keep it as 100. So she's charging 56 cents a click. Let's go only top tier. 66 cents a click. We're going to pay $69 to get at least 100 visitors onto our landing page. 100 clicks. That's pretty good. That's a solid quality of traffic right there. We can see she's added in a few images here, but what we care about is the stuff down here. So she got 217 likes, 26% of all those sales. So 1 in 4 people basically who's bought has actually gotten sales. 32% people have no sales. Only 2 negative responses. Honestly, this is a pretty good seller to buy from as well, right? You know, anyone who has that many sales reported back, she probably has a good list. This list hasn't been verified. I probably would avoid just because of that. But there's honestly a ton of ones that you could go through here. So based on the criteria that we're looking for, I definitely would buy a solo from Dana Solo. I think I actually have in the past. If I change this back to 40%, and let's go with at least 200 ratings. You can see there's obviously like a ton that we can go through here, but that's basically how you go through. It's very, very easy to take a look at all the different sellers and stuff like that. So if you go under add text, you can actually write your emails in here, and you can just kind of use them as preloaded templates. So I could send this email out to one seller, send it out to another seller, and then another seller, and I can just basically put in my swipe files in here. And then I can use click tracking. And the great thing is Udemy will actually find any clicks that are suspicious, like they might be robots, and then you won't be charged for those clicks, which is pretty cool. So yeah, solo ads, I think an underutilized way of getting people onto your list, real people, like high quality people. But this only works if you have the auto funnel set up that we're going to be looking at in this training, and you understand that the goal here is not to make quick sales right off the bat. The goal is to get these people onto your list, cultivate them with relationship building, and then ultimately then get them to buy. That's really what we want to have here. So we're going to move into some free traffic. In the next part of the training, I've got 3 ways that you can start building up your list without spending a penny. So let's jump in there and take a look at that. See you in the next video.